Hello everyone. Today I want to open with a deceptively mundane question, and that is, when you think of public transport, what do you picture? Is it this? Or this? Maybe even this? Probably not. But over in Nairobi, all of this is the norm, and it's probably one of my favourite aspects of living in the Kenyan capital. These buses, known as Matatus, are colourful, loud, and occasionally luminous celebrations of life, art, and culture. And from the exterior paintwork to the interior playlists, every detail is meticulously planned to create the most enjoyable daily commute.
I think since I was young, I loved everything about art. I started doing portraits, doing things with crayons, watercolors. As the years progress, you go for bigger challenges. So I went into the Matatu industry. That's how I found myself doing Matatu art. There's a more wider audience. You use different styles of art to do one Matatu. So when it goes out to the public, there's a more audience coverage and appreciation.
The music type that we play, it depends with the time and the place and even the driver and the conductor. So the driver will play like gospel in early in the morning to motivate people when they're going to work. During the day, from midday, from 12 to 3, they'll play like techno type of music. That's for the youths, because at that hour, we have the youths going to school and back from school. When you don't have the money for you to go to the club, you go to the Matatu.
Some of these buses are so lit that they're actually based on pop culture icons or athletes and teams.
They are fans of those Kenyan music. You know, I love we have another one for footballers, the All Blacks for rugby. We have solved everything. Most of our vehicles, all of them, they have internet inside. They have Wi-Fi inside. You just start Googling for free.
I mean, seriously, why don't more countries do this?
Some countries, they have public vehicle but plain color. But in Kenya, it's like America. America, their culture is this street graffiti on walls. And Kenya is street graffiti on motor vehicles.
Too right. And that is, conveniently, where I come in. See, as crazy as the insides of these buses often get, today I want to focus on the outsides, in other words, the artwork. From giant stickers to aerosol art, Matatus are adorned with weird and wonderful images. Except maybe that one. Oh, and definitely not that one. Nevertheless, over my 3 years in Kenya, I witnessed designs ranging from Elsa from Frozen to a mashup of the One Direction and Adidas logos. And some of the artwork was honestly so out there, I'm impressed it was allowed. For example, on my dad's route to work, there was a bus that always proclaimed, "You should, in fact, drink and drive." And we also saw a bus that said, "You can't have fun without a gun." And there was also a family of differently sized weed-themed buses, covered in 420s and marijuana leaves and faces of people like Snoop Dogg, and they were known as the Dread Squad. I'd just like to point out, the images on screen aren't actually from the Dread Squad, they're a different family of very similarly themed buses. Now, I suppose what I'm trying to say with all of this is that from the painstakingly detailed to the simple slogans like Pink Eye, Matwana graphics never fail to bring a smile to my face. So I thought I'd make a video in honour of these amazing vehicles and hopefully spread the joy beyond Kenyan borders. Now, I've actually amassed a bit of an archive of shaky phone photos of all these buses, so I thought it would be fun to dive into that and look at some of my favourites. I'll even rate them out of 5 stars for fun. So yeah, let's begin. So first up, we've got this bad boy, and as you can see, it's absolutely plastered with Formula 1 and Ferrari logos. It also features a portrait of what I believe to be Fernando Alonso in his Santander hat and sunglasses. And of course, the most iconic bit is the slogan on the back, which reads, "Drive it like you stole it," which are words I think we should all live by. So I think I'm going to give this one a 4 out of 5. Starting strong. Next up, we have another one that dabbles with the world of brands, and this one is inspired by Ferrero Rocher, and it's got some chocolatey texture on the side, so it looks very edible, very tempting. And on the back it's got these chocolatey strawberry lips that are also very tempting. But I would say the execution of just stamping this logo on the side could have been more careful. They could have set it up to that top bar where nothing's going on, but instead they've blocked the windows with the big Ferrero Rocher font. So I'm gonna say, for tastiness but overall execution, 3 stars. This one was quite a simple one. I mean, obviously it's got the garish colours that all the others have, but it says Scud Master, and I don't actually know what that means, so I'm just gonna look up Scud. To move fast in a straight line because or as if driven by the wind. Well, that makes sense. It's a vehicle that moves quickly. The alternate meaning is to slap, beat, or spank. I don't think that's what it meant, but I'd really like to think this bus says Spank Master. And for that I'm gonna give it 3 stars. Alright, so this one is obviously a James Bond bus. It's covered in 007s, in no particular arrangement as far as I can tell. We've got 2.5 portraits of James himself and the logo for Skyfall a few times. I like that one of them is a caricature. It looks a bit like Mr. Bean, and it's like he's shooting himself, so that's quite poetic. Yeah, I'm gonna give this one 4 stars again. I'm being really generous. I wasn't expecting to be so generous, but I suppose I took pictures of them because I like them, so what do you know? Okay, this one, I can't deny I don't know if it's actually a cultural reference that I'm unaware of, but it's got lots of faces of people that I presume are actors, and it says Prison Break, and it's got some, that looks like a handcuff situation. Honestly, the portraits are done quite well, so I'm gonna give this one 4 stars. Okay, so this one's quite iconic. It's a very simple design again, but the slogan really speaks volumes, because on the back we've got the meaning of push, which is pray until something happens. You know what, a lot of people express their faith through these buses, and more power to them. I'm gonna give this one 2 stars just because the rest of it is very simple and boring, to be honest. This one obviously has a bit of a flag theme going on, which reminds me of another bus I didn't get a picture of, but it had the flag of the United States and it just said Brexit on it, which, you know, make of that what you will, I suppose. What's amazing about this bus is you think that's all, and then if you zoom in a bit, you realise it's Belle from Beauty and the Beast. And the Beast. Oh, and actually that flag on that mirror is the US flag in Mickey Mouse's head. So... Hello! That is my dog. There he is. Hello! I'm sorry, did I choke you? I'm filming. I'm filming. Can you go? Okay. Goodbye. Okay. As I was saying, so this seems to be some sort of commentary on the states and the media, dare I say. And for that I'm gonna give it 4 stars. Okay, harkening back to the themes of that prison bus, this one looks like it wears the tattoos that an inmate would wear, but obviously most strikingly it's got a huge mum graphic in the middle. Bonus points for spelling it the English way, not the American way. Not that I'm bothered by that. And then there's, above each window there's like... See, to me that looks like a nuclear explosion. 4 stars? Okay, there are loads of religious ones, so here's another one. Well, I think it's religious, it's also just basketball. So we've got Lamb of God, and there is your boy Jesus, and then it says Queens, and then my favourite part of this bus, surrounded by treble clefs and sharp signs. It just says bro buddies. 3 stars. Okay, the last one I'm going to do an actual ranking for is a very simple one, and I know I roasted the other white one for not being very creative, but something about this one really tickles me, because all it says is the little son. I don't know if that's a cultural thing I'm not aware of. If it is, please let me know. But I just love how to the point it is, and it's honestly quite a nice font. It's been done to a much higher standard than some of the other really simple text ones you see. There's a bit of a gradient going on, there's some texture in there. So I'm gonna give that one 4 stars. If you enjoyed this content, you can always check out the official Matwana website for more on these buses. And if you'd like to see more from me, please like and subscribe to make that possible. Thank you!